Yeah. So if at the end, if there's something that you need to say, sometimes there is, and that's fine. Like if there's something that's like, this needs to be said into the space for everyone, or if there's like some kind of problem or glitch, um, that's great. And otherwise, we'll just maybe have a minute at the end to kind of check in and see how everyone's doing and report back if you feel like it. Okay. Oh, good. Sarah set herself up. Ah, fantastic. Okay, so we'll just start by arriving fully, feeling the body, and noticing the quality of the breath. You don't have to do anything about it, just notice where the breath is at. I'll just give that a minute. Notice the point of contact, the sensation of support. Whether you're sitting or standing or lying down, whatever is holding you up. Sarah said she was on the go. It might be tires. Feeling that point of contact, feeling the seat beneath your butt. And noticing the quality of the breath. Now I'll just invite you to gather all of yourself. If there are pieces of you out scattered, tracking, tendriling, just gather all of that right here. You can tend to all of that on the other side of this experience. Yeah. And I always like to start with some nice solid grounding. So you might invite your breath, if it hasn't already, just to deepen. See if you could let your breath tickle the perineum. Could you let it reach all the way to the pelvic floor and beyond? And then I'll invite you to find your root as it extends down through the perineum, down through the hips, down through the legs, through the knees, through the feet, and down into the earth. Now, if you've done this type of work with me before, you will know the magnetic root, and you can go ahead and find that. And if you haven't, I'll just give a quick invitation to see if you can make contact with your unique anchor point. It is very deep in the body of the earth. And once you make contact with this, you always have access to it, no matter where you are. That's why I call it the magnetic root. Doesn't matter where you are on the surface of the planet. You could be in an airplane 20,000 miles over the ocean. You still have access to this unique anchor point. This is your birthright. This is your sacred, solid connection with Gaia. Yeah. If that doesn't feel immediately accessible, that's okay. Just seek your root however you find it. Really bringing ourselves into a deeper connection and contact with the body of the earth and with the spirit of the earth. Linking up energy bodies, energy body to energy body. She's got us. She can hold us. And there's something about this exploration of resurrection. Well, I mean, here where we are in the Northern Hemisphere, it's spring, right? So she is resurrecting herself. And there's a way that we, the people, as we do our healing work and our evolutionary reclamation and shadow work and all of it, all of these things that we're drawn to move towards, we are moving towards the resurrection of some energetic structures in the body of the earth that really need to come online for the next sort of evolutionary leap to happen on the planet. And we're doing it. It's coming closer and closer. So when we get together and do energy work like this, it really amplifies it for the collective. It really amplifies it for the collective and the connection between the people and the planet. Right. So where we're moving on an evolutionary trajectory is into a coherent collective state consciousness between the people and the planet. It might not look like that out there, but this is what's happening. It's a little chaotic right now. And then each of us in our own central column, which we'll get to here in a moment, acts as like an acupuncture needle of light. So we are the bridge between earth and sky. We become the channels through which the light gets to join up with the body of the earth, with the energetic body of the earth, with Gaia's energy body through us, through our energetic connection. So we're working this at multiple levels, right? We each have our individual experience when we're having this shared group experience, and that is amplifying the collective potency of what we're up to for everyone, for the whole one thing that we all are. Which I think is true at the level of the planet, like the Earth collective, and at the level of the solar system and the galaxy and the universe, the one thing that we all are. Fractal. Okay, so now that we are deeply connected, let's explore the central column. So Yeshua was an initiate of Isis, and he was initiated in the mystery schools of Egypt. And in Egypt, this central column in front of the spine is called the Jed. So just bringing your attention to that central column, spine. Sushumna in India. in Sanskrit. And then I'm not sure about this crucifixion story. Like, I'm not convinced. Um, yeah, I'm not convinced that the conventional story is what really happened. Um, but that the idea that Yeshua had an ascension experience when he was 33 connects to the 33 vertebrae of the spine. I mean, that's quite synchronistic, if that's true. So just being with the physical structure of the like the structure, the stair step structure of the spine that the energy can climb up, rise up. And then the energetic structure of the core channel. And we're just inviting this core channel to be as smooth and straight as possible. So if there are any places that you can make contact with that are collapsed or dented or leaky, just see if bringing your attention to those places and making this invitation for it to be straight and tall and smooth, really just smoothing out that whole structure like a stovepipe. Yeah. Yeah. And then we can feel the increase in that like acupuncture needle effect when we really do that. It's like, whew, I am here. Hmm. Mhm. Yeah. And so Jesus's ascension was, from my perspective in my cosmology, he was graduating from fourth density to fifth density. We are on the verge of graduating from third density to fourth density. So he came back in time to open the pathway, to show the way. The I am is the way, the truth, and the life. So opening the pathway, showing that there is a way through this madness. And when he ascended in his Ka body, what the Egyptians would call the Ka body, his energy body, he went to fifth density. And at the end of Mary Magdalene's life, she did too. And fifth density is where the ascended masters hang out. And so that's where they are. And in fifth density, their names are Lord Sananda and Lady Nada. Lady Nada and Lord Sananda. So now I'm feeling like a really strong tingling at my crown. So I'll just invite our attention there if that hasn't gotten you yet. So Lady Nada and Lord Sananda are the stewards or the Kohans of the resurrection flame. And you've probably heard of the violet flame of transmutation. Well, there's a whole set of flames. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but there's a whole set of flames. There are 7 in particular that I've been working with for the last 9 years. Off and on. I work with them off and on. I go through rounds with them. So they kind of guide and steward this resurrection flame. And in a moment, we'll really invite that forward and call it in. But first, I'll just invite you to bring an inquiry, an area of life that seems as yet unclear, or something that you already recognize is in a process of transformation, or something that seems like it's missing. So, from this very grounded and steady and stable place, holding this inquiry in your awareness, in your field, you might notice where it is in relationship to your body. And then I'll invoke this flame with the loving support and help of Lady Nada and Lord Sananda. From the I of the I of the am, that I am, I call forward the flame of resurrection into this circle, into this group, into this container, into the bodies of these beings. And you can just receive as much of this as you feel available for. You get to decide. So this flame is like a deep gold in the center with a purplish kind of exterior. And you might experience it as one big flame or fractalized flame. Whew. Oh, yeah. Also, if there's anywhere in your body that's in pain or feels stuck or stagnant, we'll invite it there too. Okay, so I'm just going to turn up the dial a little bit. So, again, you get to decide. Make this flame of transmutation available to every cell, atom, and electron of our beings. Oh, just let it wash through. Yeah. Yeah. All the places that are ready to fall away and be replaced with a higher octave expression. Mm. Mhm. Just let that keep moving through your tissues. And I just remembered I have something I can read to you about it while this is working. So funny. So I pulled this paper out last night, and this ray is strongest in creation on Thursday, which is today. And that just tickled me. It's like, oh, you just can't make it up. Just can't make it up. Yeah. It's connected with the solar plexus and holds the qualities of unconditional love and selfless service. So the flame of resurrection supports the unification of personal will and divine will, that unification of the solar plexus and the heart, where the solar plexus and the willpower turns to serve the higher expression of the heart. The main qualities of the flame of resurrection are love of God, or the I am within, through spiritual communion, devotion, and respectful feelings. To know this within you allows yourself to know it within others. So that feels like it opens up the pathway into the body of the earth with this energy. Starting with the self, the first person we need to learn to love and know on the path of ascension is our own self. Know thyself is one of the most profound statements existing in our language. When we deeply know our innermost self, it reveals all the places that we have carried as survival mechanisms, subpersonalities and parts, doubts, fears, confusion, and misunderstandings that hold us from living our highest expression of being. The I am presence is activated by the choices we make and the words that we use. So part of that surrendering of personal will to divine will is letting the words be symbols of that. The resurrection flame quickens the vibratory action of the light within the cells of the body, allowing the inner light to throw off limitation. It is powerfully used to resurrect anything we discover that is less than our divine consciousness or divine blueprint. The substance of the resurrection flame flows through the inner bodies as well as the physical when invited in. So just call in another wave of the resurrection flame into every cell, atom, and electron of our beings. You can let it flow through that core channel, through that internal structure can flow in every direction. It can flow up while it's flowing down. And as this frequency fills your space, the space of your energy body, just let it fill. And then if there's overflow, let it overflow. And then that begins to fill the space between us and meet the earth and the earth's energy body. Mhm. And just rechecking in with the root, your anchor. Staying connected, staying grounded in all of this flood of light. If you noticed the inquiry that you brought forward in relationship to your body earlier, see if you can notice where it is in relationship to your body now. It might be in the same place, that's fine. It might be the same quality, that's fine. It might be different, that's fine too. Maybe there's another layer, a new inquiry. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, let's just invite one more wave. And we'll invite this one right into the solar plexus, the sort of midpoint of the central column, the middle of the middle. One more wave of the resurrection flame, dark gold in the center, purple around the edges, right into the solar plexus. Oh, the solar plexus is where we hold so much of our identity. So much of the calcified ideas about who we are or who we should be or what we should have done or imprints we picked up from other people that stuck. And yeah, some of that stuff has to get worked out with our conscious awareness, but some of it can just be dissolved by this flame of resurrection, inviting each and every aspect of ourselves that we've been walking with to move into its exalted state. So letting it flow through the solar plexus, front and back. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. One more piece. Let's just invite that this that's working through the solar plexus. We'll just invite it like to the sides and down a little bit towards the hips. And because we're working with the most famous paratwin flames on the planet, we'll also invite a balancing and unification of the masculine and feminine. And then I'll specifically make a collective invitation beyond the scope of this group to resurrect the yin. There's a lot of yang energy going on around here in women and men. It's really inviting in that counterbalance of steady, steadfast, holding of the depth. And feel that kind of extend to the back body, through the hips to the sacrum, low back, kidneys. Yeah. And that reconnects us once again to the root. Or reinforces the connection with the root, nourishes the connection with the root. Mhm. Okay, beauties, thank you so much for showing up, doing this deep work with me. One of my favorite things to do group energy work like this. I also loved this flame is specific for the solar plexus because I've been, most of you know, some of you know, I've been doing a cleanse and I'm actually leading a really casual kind of self-directed cleanse cohort. If anybody's interested in joining that, it's going to go through May. So yeah, I've been very much in my belly this past week, and it's a good time for cleansing, solo or in a group. So support that if anyone's feeling the call. Does anyone want to share about your experience or anything? It's fine if not. Just rest in it. Yeah. And doing these every month, third Thursdays at 7 Eastern. The theme will be different, but the mode will be similar, probably. So I hope to see you again. Until then, happy Easter, blessings of resurrection. And if you notice any shifts and you want to let me know, I'd love to hear about it. Okay. Thanks, beauties.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.